It's challenge day.
Let us begin.
Yeah, you know we always got challenges, guys. So we like to share those with you guys so you can glean from it what you will. And with that being said, what challenges do you have, Darn, that you've been able to face or are currently addressing?
I am finally pulling the trigger. Damn it, that term again. Pulling the trigger. You gotta think of something else with the goddamn this thing. I'm finally making it happen.
Florida men and triggers. Florida men.
I'm getting a new dog. I'm getting a new dog. I'm on the hunt for a new dog and a dog hunt, if you will. And we've actually gone to a couple shelters and scoped out. Well, we did our research online, of course, and checked out some pubs and be like, okay, we want to see this one, we want to see that one. Go to the spots and check out and meet some of these puppies. First of all, I'm always going to do a shelter pet. That's just me, right? That's how I get down. And I don't know. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm always going to do a shelter pet. I would rather do this. I mean, there's plenty of dogs out there that need adopted.
Yeah, I feel it.
So instead of like having a breeder bring a whole new dog into existence, what I mean, to freaking, and then like have that number to count for, it's like,
I hear what you said.
I want to have to, but one of the dogs that we saw is this one called Paige. So it's kind of, we got a little bit of it's down to like 2, I think, right now. It was down to 3. One of them we just learned got adopted today. His name was Clark. Right, he's gone. So we were like, I gotta think about it.
Dogs with human names are crazy to me. So
it's funny. The first dog that I wanted to see was this dog called Kirkland, and that nigga looked like a Kirkland. I was like, I see why y'all call this dude Kirkland, right?
Yeah.
And so we met Kirkland, but like the pictures, and I hate the way they take these pictures of these dogs.
Yeah,
on the website. It's always like they're standing above the dog, and the dog's looking up like, and they take a picture of the snout. Yeah. You can't even tell how like. How what's the
like
width of how girth, the dimension, how tall is he, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Does he have 4 legs? You know what I mean? Is there 2 back? The one missing or something? Who knows? They take terrible pictures of, but like Kirkland was this, they had some good pictures of Kirkland, but when I got out there, he was smaller than I thought he would be in the picture.
Okay.
He was a great dog. He was energetic. He was happy.
What kind of breed? What kind of breed is he?
They're all mixed breed, but it was like brindled color, but it's like mixed, probably some sort of lab and something, you know what I mean? And probably like 3 mixes, but it was brindle color, and it just like it looked very distinguished, right? And it had like the jowls sticking out and everything like that inside, right? Okay. And but he ended up being a small dog, like the size of Lady, and I was like, okay, what I mean? I was
Lady's
trying
not small though.
He's not Lady's not teacup or nothing like that. But I was looking for a big dog, like the size of like maybe like a Rottweiler, the size of that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was looking for a big dog. You thought Lady was a big dog?
No, but Lady's like not a small dog. So she's not.
Lady's considered a small dog. She's 30. She's like 25, 30 pounds. That's
Danny's not even considered a small dog.
What is Danny?
Danny's like 20 pounds.
Danny's a small dog. What are you talking about?
He's not considered a small dog though. I take him to every time I take him to the vet. Dog? Every time I take him to the vet, and I'll be like, "Yo, how would you describe my dog as far as the size?" Like, yeah, he's like a medium. He's not really he's not small.
A medium,
right? I'm telling you, every time I go,
I don't even, first of all, I never even heard of the term medium. I just heard of like teacup, small dog and large dog, large breed. I heard him say large breed.
We call Danny a medium.
I never heard no medium. Okay, maybe medium. Okay, so, but it's the size of Lady. You know what I mean? And so I was looking for like a bigger dog, not no Great Dane. I wasn't looking for no like Mastiff or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But like, it's taking freaking human sized poops all over this goddamn place. But like something a little taller. And Kirkland was I was like, but it was a good thought. And I was like, it's just my own perception that I thought I was gonna see I was gonna see. It's kind of disappointment. So it's like it left kind of a little bit of bad taste in my mouth. But anyways, we moved on to this other dog that was like actually could be like the little sister of Kirkland. It was just like it was another mix, but it had the face of like a bulldog, right?
Okay.
And it was also brindled. So she's so cute. It's so cute, right? And met her in person, so she was great. So we're like, okay, we gotta really consider. Her name is Paige. You gotta reconsider. But there's this other dog That is the exact fit of what I thought what I was looking for when I first started this whole thing. I was like, I wanted to get a black lab retriever mix, right? Okay. Now, those things are specifically kind of bred, right? You can get that specifically bred, and so if I'm trying to get a shelter pet, I'm probably not going to run into that specific breed.
Yeah, not that one. That's very specific.
We found one right up in there. There is one. Turns out though, it's in Maryland and it's in Marlboro. It's in this shelter owned by the city. That's cool. So part of this is also me flaming the city of what I'm talking about here. We call in, like, yo, we want to see Batman, because they said the shelter workers they call him Batman, right? Because he's black, he's all jet black and everything like that, right? And he had some like Batman shirt on, I guess, when they found him or something like this. They call him Batman. They're like, oh, there was a virus going on at the shelter, so a bunch of the dogs had to be sequestered. The virus was last week. It's cleared up now, but we've sequestered a few of the dogs that are still like recovering. Turns out Batman is one of those dogs. So that's sign one. Sign two, I'm like, okay, we want to see Batman. They're like, Batman, do you have the stock number? I'm like, okay, I can get you a stock number. But like, what shelter don't know the name of their pets?
Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
You don't know the name of your pets? You're a shelter. Yeah. You're advertising trying to get this person. You say the shelter, you call him Batman, right? So that must be cap. So we go back. Also, it's Alpha 57170. Do you like some kind of fucking inmate or some shit, right? Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my second sign, right? Third sign. Third sign. We go. We're online and I found this review. And so I just want to read a little bit of this review.
In regards to the shelter, right?
In regard to the shelter. Considering visiting or adopting from PGCASD in Upper Marlboro, here's what you should know. So again, this is the Prince George's County. So I'm talking to you, Prince George's County animal shelter, right?
So, but before you go forward, I will accept no PG County slander. I'm gonna
let y'all know how they do over there. I'm gonna let you know how they do it.
He capped it. This is your standard. This is not all of PG County
right here. This is all PG County right here. From the stench and odor
that
immediately hit you when you walk through the door.
Every pound. That's like every pound. That's ridiculous.
To the disorganization immediately seen from the front desk to the back of the facility, to the hazardous working conditions of many of the employees, to the mistreatment and deplorable quality of kennel maintenance, to walk through the insect-infested, unclean, and unsanitary conditions of the overall facility. Do not arrive anticipating a pleasant experience. Don't take my word for it. He said, don't take my word for it. I love these kind of things. Hey, don't take my word for it.
You're reading reviews.
Go see it for yourself. He said, go see it for yourself. You think I'm capping? Go see it for yourself and come back and say, damn it, I should have listened to you, right? Go see it for yourself. Talk to many of the volunteers and employees. Open a fridge and it's immediate sanitation violation in either fridge. We're talking about either the employee fridge and the animal fridge that they keep the food in. Step into the public bathrooms and another sanitation violation. Visit the break room where employees.
Is this person an inspector? Like, what is this nonsense?
This dude just went to go. Dude just went to go freaking. No, but I mean, like, I appreciate reviews like this.
We know that you do. we know that you do.
Right. He might almost save me a trip, dog. It's like he goes, visit the break room where employees are expected to eat their food, and another sanitation violation. And if you're expecting professionalism, you will not find it here. Expect to walk in the door and not be greeted. Expect to ask questions and not be provided clear answers. I was asking questions about Batman. They ain't know what the hell was going on with them. Even after speaking to multiple people, to include adoption supervisors and deputy director, expect the adoption process to be chaotic without any form of organized flow. Expect to hear staff cursing at one another and yelling. Expect for that one person who might help you to be so overwhelmed they forget to get back to you. Expect that you do need to speak with a supervisor or manager for that person to utterly be rude and short without cause. In short, take a seat, cover your nose, watch your clothes, and brace yourself. It's definitely going to be an experience. Oh, and do not be alarmed if the animal you've been tracking either isn't actually available or is available and no one is able to give you detailed information on him or her. Or in my case, they're locked up in the freaking sequester thing because they got some sickness that's going around the place because of all these unsanitary conditions. I was wondering, yo, how you running your thing? You got in the shelter, y'all got a whole thing. Maybe they might have no one's well, but then also you don't know the name of your dogs and pets, and also you randomly had to close. So it was just too many red flags.
Yeah, that's
right. This facility, under the current direction of Dr. Vanessa Lee, is an utter health department and OSHA hazard zone. Call her out. Gotta say them names. Hey, yo, this is public. This is a public service person. Like what do you call it? The public sector. This is public sector. This is the county's animal shelter.
Yeah.
This is tax dollars that get paid. I don't pay taxes over there. But y'all need to know this is like, if y'all care about animals, this is what they're doing over there. Y'all paying people to do what? What are they doing over there? They're not fucking maintaining the place.
That's a fair point. Gotta give you that.
It has been no current signs of improvement. He goes on to say a lot of other stuff, but the animals there, though, he recommends that he's saying, and I feel the same kind of way, is that it ain't the animal's fault. It ain't Batman's fault. So I'm of two minds with it. With this challenge, is like, damn, bro, like this is the exact dog that I kind of wanted, and like I feel like he specifically needs rescuing right now to get him away from these monsters or these people who are so negligent. I need to get him away from them, right? But also, I don't want to be getting a dog that was so neglected that has all kinds of medical issues off rip.
That's fair. I was gonna ask you, what would be your alternative then?
Off rip, dog. And then not only that, they don't spay and neuter them there. Yeah. We have to go get some other company to do it before they actually release the dog to me, something like that. And like, I don't even know all the arrangements I have to make for that, but I would have to be freaking Marlboro. I don't live up there.
Yeah.
So that freaking sucks. Which kind of brings us back to Paige, which is this other dog, that we met, we really liked. And maybe we might check out some other shelters while we're up there in Maryland. But it ain't, this is something, just an investment. This is not investment. It's an investment for my well-being, the animals' well-being. This is a fork in the road. Introducing this person. This is a whole nother universe timeline. Getting another pet. And we've been waiting so long, to be able to feel like we're in the right space to be able to do something like that. Emotionally, with our schedules and all that kind of stuff. So that's that, working on it. But we definitely think we're going to come home with something by the next week. Next time we record Challenge Day, we would have had a new pet for sure.
Okay.
For sure. If it's likely right now, Paige is the front runner. I'd like to meet Batman. Hopefully, he's even there. They're talking about sometimes they might not even be there, even though they're posted there. And if it's not Paige, maybe it'd be something else. But we already bought freaking chew toys and everything. We know this is happening.
Okay.
This is happening.
Well, that's legit, man. And obviously, we hope everything goes well. And we'll see what the result.
If not for us, I hope somebody does get Batman up out of there, man. He's such a cutie. Look at that face, and he's only like, what is it? How old is he? He's about 2 years old. What up, fam? It's Darwin, the guy that was just talking. First off, thanks for watching and supporting the show. But I got to give y'all some homework. Your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to interact with the show. That means 1, hitting that like button, because I know you like our stuff. 2, make sure you subscribe so we can swim our way up your timeline whenever we drop new content. The third thing, please share the channel with your friends. Maybe they'll learn a thing about a thing or two. Oh, last thing, we're over here talking about what y'all talking about. So go ahead and carry that conversation on into the comments. We be up in there too.
So my challenge, just to get straight to it, honestly, is just establishing multiple streams of income. It's because I saw this commercial. Actually, I just thought about this. Actually, I saw this commercial. You might have seen it, where I don't recall if it was like a bank or some kind of investment company or something like that. They were showing like timelines of like what it used to be, right? As far as like go to high school, get a degree, get college. Go go to high school, get a high school diploma.
You know the norm, the usual formula that they told us was supposed to work
usual
out.
Formula, yep. And they said, and they were showing they were actually showing timelines, though, right? It was like 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, and then they showed like current time. They were like, high school, get a diploma, college, get a degree, save up for a home with friends, buy a home with friends, get a second job and a third job. So they were
that's how it is now.
Yeah, and that's basically the way it is now, right? So it's like, and it was funny because when I was thinking about it, I was like, dang, that's really true. Like, because it's, especially with like a lot of us, like millennials too, like a lot of us are kind of stuck in this weird kind of purgatory where like we a lot of us went to get higher degrees, as far as like whether it's a master's or a PhD or something like that, and we have student loans that we got to pay back, right? And it's like, bro, if we ain't like married or have like some kind of significant other, and you by yourself trying to pay them joints back, it ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? You're like, so you find yourself trying to like establish multiple streams of income to just get a second job, even a third job sometime, just to
if your primary job, what you
think if your primary job is not enough to afford those payments. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, so that's what I was wondering. Is it like more of a lifestyle, or is it like economic necessity? Because like, even if you like, let's say some people like, even if they make 150 or 200, are they still trying to get multiple streams?
No, if you're making that, you're probably not. If you're making that, like for me, like necessarily, I don't have to get a second job, but I don't want to feel it, like paying like the student loans. I don't want to feel it, right? And I also don't want to be paying it for 20, 25 years, right? I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like a slave.
Man, it's another subscription service, man. I'm telling you,
and that's literally what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I don't want to be paying it for 20, 25 years. So I'm like, I need to establish other streams of income, because that is actually my main reason of even mentioning this challenge is because these student loans. Like, I'm like, that's my challenge, to establish multiple streams of income so I can wipe out that student loan as quickly as possible. As quickly as possible. I always tell myself, if somebody like dropped a bag of money in front of my house or something like that, that's literally what it would go to. Like, it will go to that first.
You better than me. You better than me, because they ain't never getting that student loan money back from me. I'll be deferring that bit as much as I can. Whatever I got coming up, something, I'll defer that bit, and then make the payment low. I'm never paying that joint back. Fuck them.
I feel that. I feel that. And again, everybody, do not take legal advice from a podcast.
Do not take student loan payment advice, financial advice from a podcast.
Financial advice or anything.
I'm gonna give it to you, though. I'm gonna give it to you. Don't pay them back. Pay that bitch. Look. Yeah, it ain't stopped me from doing all kinds of my other endeavors. You know what I mean? Buying homes and shit like that. Freaking going on vacation, stuff like that.
There's ways around it. There's definitely ways around it for sure. There's absolutely ways around it, which are ways that I'm absolutely exploring. And one of those ways is establishing multiple streams of income, right? So like, I might have investments. I even have a property that I have that I'm gonna start leveraging in that way, like to try to like Airbnb it in Florida. We're gonna see how that go. I'm gonna try to see how I can get that to work. But that's one of the things that I plan on doing. Obviously, hopefully this podcast does well enough where we start to get, you know what I'm saying, some ad revenue for it, and that'll help with some monthly expenses. I mean, and like also be like doing things like with musically, I'll be releasing music at some point this year that I'm working on. So like, it could be,
because I hear that. Help a young brother pay off his student loans.
Yeah,
we're gonna start the Patreon next season.
Patreon
next season, and get y'all to contribute to this young struggling brother pay off his student loans so he can ball on y'all hoes.
That's crazy.
No debt, fool. Did it all myself out the mud.
That's crazy.
No help, by myself.
But
one guy.
But it's become such a reality for everybody. It's like it's not a thing where it's like it almost doesn't even feel like that you have a choice anymore to do those things. Like you feel like you have to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's been feeling like for me in particular. So that's essentially kind of like what I'm looking at to establishing those multiple revenues. And just maybe
but like so
property.
This is like. This would be like active stuff you do, though. It would be, or is it like you talking about? Because there's different, people do like passive income type stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, sounds like the things you kind of listed was like stuff that's going to actively, be more time, like in terms of like it's gonna require your physical time. You only have 24 hours in a day, and you're gonna have to literally put in some time for some of these things.
Yeah, I mean, in order to get it to a place where it can be passive, right? Because like if you have properties, you can get it to a place where, especially if you start to accumulate like more properties, you can just get like a property manager, right? And that'll help it become something that's like more, You're just
you also got to pay the property manager.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you got to do that.
What's the cost benefit of doing that? Especially you're trying to pay this other thing with it. You're trying to actually make some.
Right. But then what? But okay, but that's a good point, right? But you also have to consider this. What's more valuable to you, though? Is your time more valuable? So that's what makes a property manager.
I mean, it'll be a cost benefit analysis because, like, yeah, my time is more valuable, but and what's the point of collecting all this stuff in terms of like these properties if I'm not making the revenue from it? You know?
Oh yeah, they have to be. You have to make.
And if you make some revenue off of it, but it all goes to paying for your property manager, and it's just breaking even. Now you just moving on to a bunch of property.
Money. Yeah, no, that's
not even waste, but it's just breaking even. But like, what are you doing? You're not moving forward. You're just like staying in place, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, so it has to. So like you mentioned, the cost benefit analysis, right? I mean, it has to make sense, right? I'm not just throwing stuff against the wall. Like I'm, you know, what I'm saying, I actually do the research and I look into these things, and I test them out. So it'll definitely be that, right? Like things that that I will obviously put my best foot forward to try to get some kind of return from it. So, but I'm saying all that to say that it just seems like that's just the times that we're in. Like, especially if you're a person who's paying back a lot of student loans, who've had a lot of education. Like I've had a lot of education, so I got quite a bit of student loans. And my lifestyle is cool, but like it could be way better. It could be way like I could save because I don't even really be spending money like that. Like I like to invest, right? I like to invest. So all that money would be going into like investing and stuff anyways. But I'd be able to do more in those areas, right? I'd be able to do more in those things if I didn't have to if I have this annoying payment every month. You know what I'm saying? So it was just what it gave me more financial freedom, and that's really the biggest thing. So my challenge really is really honestly that's really all that is. It's pretty short. It's just addressing, you know, or doing the research and putting my best foot forward and establishing what could create more streams of revenue for me in order to use that and utilize that and be a good steward of that. And just from there, like, you know, try to at the very least attain some level of financial freedom and not be a cog in a machine in this rat race called America. So
I mean, that goes for everybody, I think.
Yeah, facts.
That goes for everybody to try to like.
Facts. And then of course, generational wealth at the end of the day, I think is.
We talked about rat race last time. You know, trying to get out that rat race.
Trying to get out that rat race, but that joint, man, it's not for the faint of heart. I ain't gonna hold you.
You try to pay them student loans back. That's
just one piece of it. You know what I'm saying?
I sleep easy knowing I'm not paying these fools.
This is coming from a guy who was in the military, who was a vet and all that. So, you know, they can say that because they got their incentives and all that stuff. So it's a whole different universe for you, man. I'm just saying.
I made a decision years ago.
Oh my God!
For future Darwin.
Okay, all right.
To be able to be in the position that he's in. That's past Darwin. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to that boy. That's all.